everybody, I'm Tiffany from Quilter's Workshop, and today I'm going to be doing a review on my Olfa Chenille Cutter because I recently purchased this in the summer and I've been using it a lot throughout the fall and winter, so I thought that I would show you some things that I do or that I make using it. So the first couple things that I have to show you are using small panels, and a lot of people see small panels and they don't know what to do with them. So here I've made a hot pad. So what you do to chenille is you take a base material under here, trying to show you. So there's a beige fabric there and that's my base, and then you need 3 of whatever panels you're going to use. So there's 1, 2, 3 layers of this flower panel stacked on top of the beige fabric. And once you layer that, so I've layered my backing, my batting, my base fabric, and then 3 layers of the panel. So there is a lot of layers. It's quite thick, which makes it great for pot holders and stuff. So once you have that all layered, you can either baste it or safety pin it, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch apart on a 45-degree angle all the way across. I kind of recommend maybe starting in the middle, like you could draw a line diagonally, corner to corner across your panels, sew on that line, and then from that line you can work your way out using the edge of your pressure foot as a guide, so that way you're not starting from one end and working your way across and like pushing your fabric so it won't bunch up on you. And then I've just hand bound this and like trimmed the edges after I finished. But before you bind it, you need to cut it before you bind it. So you're going to be slipping a little foot of the cutter in between your rows of stitching, and this will fit perfectly between like a 1/4 of an inch, so your 2 stitching lines. It'll run right down just really nicely, and it's kind of like a one of those little tools you use to cut wrapping paper with that you just glide all the way across. It's like that. So there is different widths that you can use depending on the thicknesses of your material. So you can spin this to small, medium, large, or extra large. I usually keep it on medium because I think that with the 3 layers of cotton fabric, that's deep enough and it cuts it easier enough. But if you were using flannel, I would maybe recommend moving it to the large setting. Whatever works for you, whatever is easiest. So once you do all your cutting, you're going to bind the edges of it, and when you wash it, it gets all fuzzy like this. So that's one sample that I have, and this is another sample. So on this one, the beige fabric that I used as the base that I showed you is really plain, and on this one here, my base fabric is actually a print. It's just a pale yellow fabric that has pink and blue flowers on it, and I just wanted to see what would happen if I had a print underneath the panel coming up in between the lines, and I think it actually looks really cool. It's a little bit softer than how the flowers came out really dominantly because the base fabric wasn't really taking away from the design, but I think a little bit of the pink and blue coming through on this one looks really good. And then if you don't want to use panels or do that, you can chenille just with regular fabric. So here I have a chenille pillow to show, and for this one, my base fabric is actually the same as the pink polka dots that I used for my 3 layers. So I cut 4 pieces, 18 by 18, stacked them on top of each other, and then cut through. And make sure that you don't cut through the base fabric when you're cutting. That's really important. And then I just backed it with a coordinating print and put a pillow form inside. So that's a really quick idea to do. A lot of people find that sewing a 1/4 of an inch is too time consuming, so you can sew it an inch or 1/2 an inch if you wanted to have a larger space in between each row of stitching. It does give you different effects. You do really need to play around with it, but it's also really great to do with baby panels if you have 2 or 3 baby panels that you want to use. And I would suggest always sticking with the 3 layers of your panel or 3 layers of your fabric because it gives a nice enough little puff, and it's really soft when you wash it. If you used 4, of course it would be thicker to cut, but you would also have like a larger, I'm having trouble thinking of a word, but it would be fluffier and softer. So it's just something really fun to play with, and I definitely recommend using this product. And thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.